Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. This episode is going to be a little bit different. We're kind of skipping ahead, not by my own choice unfortunately. As I'll explain a little bit further in the actual video, I recorded the first 16 or so minutes of this video. Around about 15 minutes in, I was like, I can probably stop now. But I decided to go a little bit longer and record one extra little quest. In doing that, what ended up happening is I think it was my GPU crashed, which meant the game crashed, my recording software crashed, which then meant the file was corrupted, so I'm kind of left with a sort of just 32 gigabyte paperweight of a file, which is really not great. So I can't use that, but I didn't want to just, miss the episode out. So I recorded this. It's an extra 20 or so minutes, I think it ended up being. So hopefully this makes up for it. It's just a very unfortunate fact that we weren't able to get that first bit. But I do explain, sort of catch you up, everything that happened. But yeah, that's just a little heads up for why we're not in Minas Tirith and we're straight into a quest with someone we've never met and stuff like that. So yeah, really sorry about that, but enjoy the episode. Okay, so I'm straight into it again because, as I hopefully explained in a little thing before this, basically we had a little bit of an issue. That's why we're not starting where we ended off in the last episode. So I was just recording what ended up being a 16-minute video. I was about to finish. I decided let's go on a little bit longer. Came to this area to do that, and it crashed. Now, I think it was my GPU crashed, which basically meant the screen turned black, the game crashed, and it also meant my recording software crashed, which meant it didn't save the file properly, which basically leaves me with a 33 gigabyte 1 second file if it likes to play the 1 second, and that 1 second is black screen. So, basically just a quick little thing. We finished where we were. We went and got that horse, found one of the guy with the red arrow. He was beheaded by orcs. There's an area full of orcs, a camp full of orcs that's stopping Théoden getting here to Minas Tirith. We have found these wild men here. They don't like orcs because the orcs killed the oldest son of the chief. We're now here to rescue the head of the oldest son of the chief, to prove that we hate orcs as much as they do, so that he helps us give safe passage to Théoden and his riders. Does that make sense? That's what happened. I was hopefully gonna hope I could get my main, who hasn't done these quests, and do it, but it seems I'm gonna have to go through all the epic battles to get that point. I have to I can't just skip to book 5. I've got to go through like the entire book 4 and the things before that to actually do it. So I'm not gonna have time, unfortunately, to get that done. Maybe I'll do like a lost episode sort of thing, but it does mean today's episode might be a little bit shorter. Just be aware it was supposed to have an extra 15-16 minutes on it. Unfortunately, that is now lost. I can't seem to actually get that working, which kinda sucks. Just a tad, just a little bit. So I'm really sorry for that. It's really annoying. It probably annoys me more than it annoys you. I'm not going to bother with those because I've been noticing this crash happening, every so often. Recently I had a few black screens and I was like, okay, I'll just put that to the side. It hasn't happened while recording yet, and then a few minutes after I decide, hey, I'm gonna go and do an extra couple of minutes, screen freezes, game crashes, everything like that. Really was not that fun. It really sucks. I'm really annoyed. I may not sound it, but yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated, and I hopefully can get to the bottom of that issue. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen again. It would be so cruel if it did happen again straight after. But anytime this issue has been happening, it's sort of only done it like once a day, occasionally, not even every day, but we should be fine for the rest of it. Also, for the Hobbit Gift of the Day, we did get a heritage room. It was another one of these 50,200 ones, just if you are wanting to know what that was. So yeah, maybe I'll work through those epic battles and stuff, because we do need those to get to the besieged Minas Tirith before Gandalf will get there and everything. And we'll go do those at some point, and I guess do a lost episode thing. But we didn't do massively, like, a whole lot. So it's not as big a deal as it could have been. It could have happened when we were doing an epic battle, and then we would have lost an entire epic battle. Though I guess if we were doing an epic battle, we would be able to play it again and just put the Stone of the Tortoise on, or something along those lines. But yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into it, like, definitely a lot more than I previously was, because it's not fun when that happens, funnily enough. So yeah, let's just put it behind us for a little bit. That just, as I said, might mean today's episode isn't too massively long. I'll probably just do this, and then we'll be done for the day, which might mean it's about a 10-minute video possibly. But again, spiritually, it's going to be about a 26-minute video if everything was to work, which unfortunately, as I said, didn't. But can't change the past. Let's carry on. What we're doing now is, yeah, there are many dead orcs here. Corboregan, which is that guy, the wild man, has been busy. So proceed further into this area and draw the enemy's eye. So we're basically just killing these guys to get the attention of them. Now, we are killing some Mordor wargs just because this isn't an instanced area, and I was actually surprised I didn't die because, well, I disconnected with a warg attacking me and I actually spawned into a couple of wargs attacking me. But we are doing a separate, this isn't actually part of the epic quest or anything, it's just a regular old Farinorian quest, but I thought, you know, it's good to get that. We also have, and I'm sure we'll return soon, the area down here is a little village of wild men, and there is quite a few quests in there, so we will pick those up at some point when we get around to it. So I just want to check, okay, we want to go up this way. So we're killing wargs, they're just sort of in this area, but we want to be heading specifically to where that ring is. I'm sure we'll find wargs along the way. So, it's like a pathway here, right. So yeah, this is the big orc camp that we were on about. So like, not Aragon, I guess even here it's perfect. Warstead of the Rohirrim. So Théoden and his men are probably this direction, in fact probably right there, or right over here at this campsite, I take it. Yeah, Roads of Rohan. They can't get through here to get to Minas Tirith whilst this place is so occupied, which is the main struggle. So basically we're doing this so we can get help with getting passage probably through like this area, through the quarry, I would have thought, so that they can get to Minas Tirith while still, you know, if they go through there, they're really not gonna survive. Alright, any more wargs? There's some wargs up here, supposedly. Gotta be careful though. This area is quite good for chests, it seems though, so it's quite a nice little thing to be picking up whilst we're here. And killing some wargs. But really, like, I'm getting a lot of these heritage runes of learning, but it's literally about 1k. I've not got a legendary item currently to level up. I did say this in the last recording that I am working on getting my woodworking and my weaponsmithing, though I need to really do it on this character, up, so that way I can you know, craft myself some second age weapons before eventually trying to get a first age weapon. But it does take a little while. I've got to get to a Norian on all of them, which means woodworker's the hardest one out of that, because I need to get a forester to be that level before I can pick up the stuff in these areas. So I need to level up a forester to be in these areas to be able to pick up the items it needs to level up forester and woodworker. See, there's so many chests here. I'm mainly hoping for the chests as well, that I can get some of these like Anorian tier. I don't think you generally get that many of the prospector stuff You don't get many of the ores and stuff, but you do get occasionally some logs with it, which can be useful. And we're also getting Anorian hides, which is kind of nice. Yeah, so poplar sapwood branches are good. They're the Anorian forester tailor and woodworker crypt items, but we want to also be getting the actual logs to go with it, which we could actually have for all I know. I haven't really looked in my crafting. It doesn't look like there actually that many. Right, so we're technically done. I do want to get these wooden chests though. They've all got heritage runes in them, which does kind of make it a bit of a pain that... I don't know if we picked this one up. No, but we've got Anorian Skarn, which is kind of nice. I'll leave that one for now. Not too huge a deal. And yeah, maybe I'll come through here on my main, because that's quite a nice area for a lot of chests. To get some nice Anorian tier stuff, I guess. So that could be worth it, because I picked up probably about 10 chests, and also you can start getting stuff for deeds from there. And there's even more over here. So this place is like probably one of the best I've seen to be picking up things like that. Like there's so many. Definitely seems worth it. Alright.
I thank you. I have found what is left.
Okay, I bring my brother back to Drew Bruta, go to basically the chief and tell him what we did. Tell him we braved Gorgon, which is their word for orcs. And Bai Buri Gan no longer remains in clutch. So here's this area. I mentioned it earlier. It was over here. This is the entrance. We need to make our way to the top area, which is going to be where the chief leader person is. Do we have vendors? Yes, we do. I want to sell some stuff. I kind of want to keep these, this stuff. I'll keep the, was that wasn't as worth it, was it? No, these stuff we do need to get rid of. But I want to keep the Anorian tree stuff. I kind of like the cloak for the moment, just to keep it. That can go, because we really don't actually want it. That was one we just got dropped, wasn't it? Yeah. But I want to keep the set for the moment, and that's quite a nice Supreme thing. I don't know when we got that. Apparently sometime, maybe a couple of episodes ago, but sell that, clear that out. We will eventually clear out our inventory fully. I do want to keep some useful stuff for the moment. So all this can go for the moment. So yeah, we've got 15, 20 slots available. I want to go up this way. So it's space we have. I'm going to eventually get rid of / trade some stuff over. I do need to get the lower tier stuff sent over to my characters that need them, because there's no point in me carrying around a load of wax when I'm never going to... Actually, no. I am going to crit scholar stuff. That is useful to me. But I guess jeweler stuff we might as well trade over. Emeralds and zircons are really not worth it to keep on us. So maybe I'll keep one zircon so we have a space available. And then farmer stuff is technically useful, but we're probably not going to go... We need to do Doomfold and Ironfold, but I have another cook that's already those tiers, so I think it should be good. And these are the poplar woods are the ones we want to be getting as much as we can of. And then we have these ores which we want to send over. We've got like 90 chunks of Anorian Skarn, that's actually really good, and then 21 chunks of high-grade Anorian Skarn, and then we've actually got some Riddermark ore as well, which is the main thing I want. Well, actually no, that was crafted for that's for my weaponsmith, if I ever get to that tier, I guess. But right now we're still stuck on level 80, level 90 weapons, and while it looks pretty high damage, it's really not that great, especially considering we've got a 105 sword. But if I can open up a Traveler's Bound loot box and, you know, get a new sword, that'll be great. Which also brings up the point of something I said. I think I got a drop of one earlier. Maybe I accidentally threw it away or sold it. But when I get to 115, it's going to be a very long level. My plan is for 115, I'm going to open a bunch of the Traveler's Bound loot boxes. Like, I'm just going to save up a bunch of LP for it, because as soon as we get to level 116, we're not going to be able to open those, and the only way you can get the 116 to 120 ones is by killing enemies that are that level, and we're probably going to get to 115 before we get to enemies that are or we'll probably get to 116 before we get to enemies that are 116. So I'm going to do that kind of separately. That's just going to give us some nice, pretty good gear that will hold us out for a very long time. And then when we get to like 120, we'll get the gear that we get throughout quests, but we'll also open up a few of those at 120 as well. But that is a very long way away. Even if it's only 11 levels, that's still very far away. Quest-wise, we're like nowhere near Mordor yet. Actually, we're relatively close, but then we've got like Mirkwood after quite a lot of things to do, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. But the hated orcs.
Wild men walk the forest with speed.
Okay, he brings his brother to the Blood Cloak. Go with him there while things mourn deeply but not long. Travel to the Blood Cloak, a rocky cliff on the eastern side of the huge waterfall. So you can hear the waterfall in the background. I went past it earlier and it was very, very loud. But I don't know how to get here. Like, I barely could work out how to get here originally. So I'm still learning this place. I've only been here twice now. These are their, like, huts, so this is where they live. We'll go down here, and I think you go around, and that should get us there. I'm gonna get on my steed for the moment. Not my war steed, but just my regular one. I don't really trust in it, in an area like this. So the eastern side, so that's kind of like in the middle. We'll go over here. Just hopefully... It's a very, very tall waterfall. You can hear it so loud. And then... So it's up there somewhere. So is there some sort of pathway up? I mean, this goes up and around, it looks like, so maybe? You got some more faces on the walls. We had that a little while back. Okay, I feel like this is the right way. This feels right. Yeah. Definitely does. And the music's getting louder and louder. Gently sighs through the branches of the Blood Cloak you approach. Yeah, what's that?
There is sorrow here. There is gladness too.
Okay, many wild men buried at the base of the Blood Cloak. We remember them all. We remember by Théoden. Grateful for what he did, grateful as father, grateful as headman of wild men. As headman, his command is clear. Wild men will help horsemen. So that's Rohan. No, Rose Rohan. Right, we're not going to set that yet. It's going to take us somewhere else. It's going to give us some nice jewellery. Maybe it's worth looking into, but I think we've got pretty good stuff at the moment. So find the entrance to the Rohirrim encampment west of Eilenach along the road, which we can actually see is up here. There's a milestone for Riders of Rohan, and there's a warstead of the Rohirrim up there. So next episode, we'll go head over there. Hopefully we have no more crashing. So apologies for that whole thing. This episode would have been like, what, half an hour? A bit more than that, nearly 35 minutes. But things happen, unfortunately, we just have to deal with it. So that's going to be it for now. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode, where hopefully everything goes a little bit better. Bye bye.